Hello and welcome. My name is TyrionLanstr. Folks, I'm really excited because there's a new content that just released that is going to really change, especially the highest end in this game, and I don't think a lot of people know about it just yet. And that is that Sandor Clegane's weapon, the Fiery Scar, has finally been released. You can see it right here. It is great. It is going to be a huge game changer for those highest premium players, and I want to break it down with all of you. Now, first things first, how to get this weapon. The only way we know of right now is through the Ruins Treasure Hunt event. I made a video on it earlier this week. Feel free to watch it. But outside of that, what does this weapon actually mean, and what is it going to bring? Well, like I've done with so many others, I'm going to go ahead and break it down, starting at Sandor Clegane's Awakened ability, all the way up through his 4-star weapon. So let's first look at his Awakened ability, which I'm pulling up right here. Okay, so the Bite of Fury. For those that don't already know, Sandor Clegane is what really accelerates and makes the bleed infantry setups most powerful. Once you do 40 normal attacks, he's going to deal a ton of damage, 550%. It's going to affect the enemies directly in the front, and it's going to inflict bleed, but you and one random ally are going to be silenced for the rest of the battle. Silence means that you cannot cast your active army skills. The bleed status is what the bleed status is. If you're not already aware of it, it deals damage every second for 5 seconds. Okay, so that's his base ability. What changes when you go to the Fiery Scar? Well, the first thing that changes is instead of it being just the 550% to one enemy, to the enemies directly in front, this now affects the two enemies in the column directly in front. So this is now not just the one, but two. So it is quite literally doubling the effectiveness of that 550% damage. That is not for nothing. But other than that, not a huge change. Obviously, you get the total attack, you get the total health buff, but other than that, it's still 40 normal attacks. It's still going to have the whole silence on yourself and one random ally commander for the rest of the battle. It's really the big change is that two enemies in the column directly in front. So that's the main difference. Okay. What happens when we go to 4 stars? Well, as you can see at 4 stars, there are a lot of things that change. First of all, we go from 40 normal attacks to just 25. By the way, that's going to happen a lot faster, okay? You're going to get, nearly doubled how often this triggers. Then we still get the same 550%, but now we're up to 3 enemies. So you're attacking 3 enemies at once with this. So triple the amount of damage that the base Awakened ability happens, and it's happening way more often. So again, we always double the total attack, double the total health. That's pretty standard. But I think that you need to understand that what was already a powerful ability that was dealing a ton of damage, 550%, is a lot of damage. This is now going to be affecting so much more. 3 front lines dealing 550% damage every 25 normal attacks is devastating. This is arguably one of the strongest of these weapons. I truly believe we're going to see that the first person to get a 4-star Fiery Scar is going to be just leagues above where a lot of the rest of the, max crowd is, just because of how powerful of a, final attack this is. Again, if you compare the 4-star to the base, you can really see, the base Awakening skill is already very good. It's a commonly used champion in most setups that are bleed focused. But you're just getting so much more out of it when you're getting 3 enemies hit every 25 normal attacks. I think that this, like I said, is a huge game changer for a lot of people. Anyone that's doing bleed setup is loving this. I'm intrigued to see how this changes, just because I do know that the female setup is such a popular one right now, and particularly the female cavalry setup. But I imagine that this is going to definitely bring back some of those bleed setups and make them a little more popular. Again, probably only affecting the absolute upper echelon of people that are able to get the Fiery Scar. Again, with the only way to get it so far being that ruined treasure hunt event, and the only way to guarantee getting it being doing 1,000 of those treasure hunts, which, at 10 black diamonds each is 10,000 black diamonds, effectively a 10,000 black diamond cost on this one weapon. That seems like a price that only some of the really top players in the game are going to be getting and utilizing. But those that do are not going to be upset with the return. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoyed understanding what exactly Sandor's new weapon does and how it compares throughout the different levels. Until next time, my name is TyrionLanstr, and I'll see you then.